What is your American dream?
I'm from the Philippines. My American dream is to have a job wherein I can help people to achieve their dreams, which is the most important thing for me.
I'm American. I was born in New York, and my American dream is to constantly learn and grow and use whatever God's given me to help as many people as I can.
I'm from Belgium, and my American dream is to bring laughter and joy into people's lives through comedy.
My family background is West Indian with roots in Curacao, Guyana, and Puerto Rico. My American dream is to live in a country where everybody loves and respects one another.
My background is Irish and African American. My American dream would be to make enough to live a happy and fulfilling life.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. All right, welcome everybody. This is the Brad San Squeeze Show. It was supposed to be the Brad and Squeeze Show up to about 15 seconds ago, but we have some technical difficulties with Squeeze. Let me list all the technical difficulties we have. He lives in an apartment on the 54th floor that has no elevator service. So he said, all right, I'm gonna Skype in from my apartment, but realizes he has no lights that work in his apartment, so nobody can see him in Skype. Thus, the Brad San Squeeze Show. Everybody, welcome. Hopefully Squeeze will make it down 54 flights or his elevator starts working by 12 o'clock. And in the meantime, we're going to be answering your immigration questions for the next, whatever, hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes of immigration, whatever everybody wants. Give us a call right now, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We are live on the Brad and Squeeze Facebook page. Please like and follow. You take out the little arrow thing. Well, you don't take it out. You actually press the little arrow thing, and you like and follow us. That's what you do. You can also watch us on Facebook at Spar and Bernstein. You can watch us on Facebook at David Squeeze Annakie. You can watch us on Facebook. And I know David Squeeze Annakie is watching us on Facebook on David Squeeze Annakie. How ironic is that? And you can also watch us on USA Credit Repair. You can watch us on Link Up Media. You can watch us on Brad H. Bernstein Facebook page, but the only live stream this morning is on the Brad and Squeeze page, so please follow and like us there. Also, shockingly as it is, for the last 19 and a half years, we are also live on 93.5 WVIP, 93.5 New Rochelle in the tri-state area. I always would say WVIP in New York, but it's actually New Rochelle. They actually broadcast out of New Rochelle up in Westchester, but it is heard throughout the metropolitan tri-state area. As we are waiting for our lines to heat up, we have 12 open lines. The telephone number to call, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. That is the number to call to get your immigration questions asked and answered. That is the number to call to speak to me right now about anything you'd like. In the meantime, we have one person on hold. Anastasio is on hold from Miami, Florida. Anastasio, hang in there. We're going to get to you in about 2 or 3 minutes while we wait for some more people to give us a call at 1-800-529-5465. I was going to start the show with, we have the Shooting the Breeze with Squeeze thing, and I was going to start the show about Trump. And Squeeze said to me yesterday, he says, if I hear that word Trump one more time, I'm going to just put my hand through the wall. So we have now a new deal. No more Trump stories. None. At the Brad and Squeeze Show, this is a non-Trump story show from now on. Unless, of course, he says something absolutely outrageous or something regarding immigration, then, of course, then we will break that rule. So what is happening in the news while we're waiting for people to call? 1-800-529-5465. Russia is banned from the Winter Olympics. They have a doping scandal. The Russia Olympic team has been barred from the 2018 Winter Olympics. I will say this about the Olympic Committee. They could be one of the group of dumbest people in the entire world. Wherever there is a serious political situation, that's where they decide to have the Olympics. Russian athletes must be thrilled. They're not thrilled, but it's South Korea, And apparently, Russia is now barred from South Korea. It's in Pyeongchang, South Korea. They are barred because of a doping scandal. They are barred because of a doping scandal, and any Russian athlete now has to have special dispensation. I can tell you, I have lots of friends who are from Russia. They think it is an absolute scandal, and they actually believe, most Russians believe, that Russia did nothing wrong. So it depends on who you believe, whether you believe the International Olympic Committee or you believe the Russian government. But the Russian citizens that I've spoken to say Russia has done nothing wrong to a person, to a man, and to a woman. However, the International Olympic Committee, and then I'm going to tell you why the International Olympic Committee is a bunch of morons. The International Olympic Committee, after completing its own prolonged investigation that reiterated what had been known for more than a year, handed Russia penalties for doping so severe they are without precedent in Olympic history. So now the Olympics are going to be starting in February. And then I just read an article. So now there's no Russia. No Russia. And now it's the Olympics are 60 miles from the border with North Korea. 60 miles. Why in a million years? Up, there's the guy. There he is, little rocket man, as Mr. Trump said. Very good in the booth there, Finding Rocket Man. So, why in the world, knowing that for the last 20 years, there has been a slow nuclear standoff between the entire world and North Korea, would you put the Olympics 60 miles from where is potentially going to be a nuclear war? Why would you do such a thing, International Olympic Committee? Because now the United Nations, the United States UN envoy, Haley, I forgot her first name, Nikki Haley, that's her name, has said yesterday that the United States may also not be going to the Winter Olympics simply because it is absolutely not safe to send U.S. citizens and to send U.S. Olympians 60 miles from the border where Rocket Man lives. So, International Olympic Committee, another dumb move. I mean, they have, if you go, I don't want to go through the history of the Olympics, but if you go through the history of the Olympics, they're always putting the Olympics in the dumbest spots in the world, in politically volatile spots, in places where the Olympics really shouldn't be. There's always some sort of issues. They don't really pick very well. So we'll see. The Winter Olympics may be an absolute boondoggle. As a matter of fact, it was very funny because I saw that NBC is not who's broadcasting the Olympics in February. Has said to their employees who have to go over and actually broadcast the Olympics that it is okay if they do not want to go, simply because it may not be safe. It may not be safe for Americans to go. War could break out at any minute, and that's where the International Olympic. Now you may say, well, what they didn't know that when they picked it 7-8 years ago. Yeah, they did. There's been a Cold War between South Korea, the United States, and many Western countries, including Japan, and North Korea since 1952, at the end of the Korean War. So why in the world would you put the Olympics 60 miles from what is potentially the most dangerous border in the world? What a bunch of morons. All right. Time Magazine of the Year has come out with the Person of the Year. And the Person of the Year is everybody who has reported sexual misconduct. Time Magazine has named the Silence Breakers, representing people who came forward to report sexual misconduct, as Persons of the Year. Time Editor-in-Chief Edward Felseld, blah, 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 whatever his name is, announced the pick earlier, ironically on NBC, that will be broadcasting the Olympics, but nobody will actually be working for NBC at the Olympic Games because everybody's terrified to go. It became a hashtag movement, the Silence Breakers, a reckoning, but it began as a great social change, nearly always does, and individual acts of courage. The choice was inspired by the hashtag MeToo. Donald Trump ironically came out the other day and said he was asked to be Time Magazine Person of the Year and turned it down, which is quite ironic because he was an accused sexual abuser, as it is. So quite ironic that Donald Trump, as the accused sexual abuser, would have been in the running for Time Magazine Person of the Year when the silence breakers, the women who were actually sexually abused, became the persons or people. They call it Time's Person of the Year, but it's really Time People of the Year. And after the announcement, Alyssa Milano tweeted. She used to be on that TV. By the way, when I was younger, in love with her. I never met her, but I always was in love with her when I was single, like 25 years ago. So Alyssa Milano, she was on with that Danny DeVito. What was the name of that show 30 years ago? Yeah, she was on. She was when she was a little kid. We're like similar ages, so like when she was in her teenage years, I was a teenager. I would watch it as a teenager. I always liked Alyssa Milano. But in 2017, Alyssa Milano tweeted, "Who's the boss?" That was it. Who's the boss? Just hit me. With Tony Danza, right, who used to be on Taxi. Boy, I'm really dating myself now. So Alyssa Milano tweeted in 2017, "Woman stood up and said, #MeToo. We overcame our fears to #break the silence. Technology and social media have connected us all. We can't turn away from each other's pain. We are connected to it. We are connected to each other. We are connected. Thread, #Time, POTY. I don't even know what. Oh, Time Person of the Year. I'm like, Time Body? What does that mean? Time Person of the Year. What else is happening in the news? Well, by the way, 1-800-529-5465. Jeff Bossi beat me to it. He said, "Who's the boss?" And by the way, everybody on social media, I do want to say good morning to everybody. Tamika, good morning. Natalie McLean, good morning. Marcia Martin Hartley, good morning. Abram Hines, good morning. Dawn Harriet. Jeff Bossi, who is becoming a huge Brad Squad Team Squeeze guy, good morning. Nicola Jackson, good morning. Yvonne Stewart, good morning. Emanuela, good morning. Munchie Daly, good morning. Dawn Harriet, good morning. Casmita Ford, Janet Brown, Janice Gordon, Vakisha Taylor, always watching us. If I miss some of you people, I can't read through everybody who makes a comment, but I do see what everybody says, so, try to be PG. What else is being said here? By the way, the telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. Patagonia is making donations. We'll talk about that at 12. Arrests for border crossings hit a year low. All right, let's go to immigration. 1-800-529-5465. Enough shooting the breeze, and it's time to get into our show. 1-800-529-5465. This is the Brad Son Squeeze Show, and we will be with Mr. Squeeze. Hopefully he will make it down his 54 flights of stairs. What we should do is we should have gotten the border angels to leave water for Squeeze on the staircase as he's going down. I don't know if anybody ever saw, I'm making a joke, but that we had a thing with the border angels about 10 days ago where they would leave water on the trail for people who are crossing over the border without documentation, not to help people cross illegally, but they didn't want people to die in the desert. And maybe we will ask we don't want anything to happen to Squeeze in the stairwell as he goes down 54 flights. So maybe we can get some water left for him too. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Anastasio in Miami, Florida. Anastasio.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I have a tourist visa, but I have been traveling back and forth for a long time from Haiti to United States.
Right.
Now I have a girlfriend. She's planning to marry with me. But my question is, so after she's married with me, because I have a visa, it's a 5 years visa. So she wanna file for me the I-130 and also I-185. So after she filed the I-130 and filed I-185, so can I travel back and forth again to Haiti at the same time when my case is pending?
All right. Couple things. Number one, you and everyone has to understand. How long have you been in the United States, by the way, before I tell you number one and number two?
I came for this month, but I haven't flying back and forth from
Okay, so
Haiti.
so you came this month.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, couple things. All right. Number one, a visa allows you to cross a border. So even though you have a 5-year visa, you're only allowed to stay here for 6 months at a time. Now, if you come on a visa and you get married, this is something we say all the time, and you get married within the first 90 days of your entry into America, unless you came on a fiancé visa, you're going to be barred to get your green card. Okay? So you do not do anything until you hit day 91. At day 91, you go get married. You then file an I-130. It's not an I-185. There is no I-185. It's an I-485.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, I know. I just want to make sure you're filing the right paperwork. So it's an I-130. It's an I-485. Once you file your adjustment application, you can no longer travel on your visa. That visa is no good for two reasons. One, because you have a pending adjustment, but more importantly, you've shown an intent to get your green card. So once you've shown an intent to get your green card, you can't travel on a visitor's visa anymore. That visa is done with. Okay. However, what you do is you also file what's called an I-131 application, which is an application for advanced parole. The advanced parole, you also file, by the way, an I-765 for your work permit. So now, after you take your biometrics at about the 3-4 month mark, after you take your biometrics, you're going to get an advanced parole document, which allows you to travel to Haiti and back. You'll get your work permit. That's how you're going to travel. Okay? You're not going to travel on the visa anymore.
Okay. But I have to wait 90 days before we get married. That's correct?
Correct, because if you get married before 90 days, trust me, you will be denied.
Okay.
After 90 days, good. Before 90 days, bad. Good 90, bad before 90. That's the key thing to know. All right?
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, hold on if you need help. And by the way, we help people all over the United States, not just in New York, but all over. All right, so hold on one second. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. That is the number to call. We have what? We have an international number, I am told, in my ear also. It's +1 212 227 8933. +1 212 227 8933. And I'm a Survivor is listening to Brad and Beres Hammond at the same exact time. Very, very talented. I'm a Survivor. All right, I'm just watching the comments as they come along. 1-800-529-5465. I'm not sure who this is, but they are living in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hello, Philadelphia. Diego in Philadelphia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
I'm a naturalized citizen in the United States, and I applied for my mom. She came on a B1 visa, visitor's visa, and she did get her biometrics and the interview and everything about like in June, and we haven't heard back from the immigration. We go online, and it says the case is pending, but at the interview said that within 30 days, we're going to hear back from them for them to ask for more papers, or with a yes or a no.
Wait. I'm confused. You took the biometrics in June. You filed an adjustment for your mother. Did she get her work permit?
Yes.
Did she get her work permit?
No, we didn't. We did not file the work permit.
Okay.
Yet. No,
After you didn't file for the work permit?
No, we did not.
Okay. And since taking the biometrics, you have not heard anything else from the Immigration Service. Is that correct?
No. Yes, correct.
Okay.
After the interview, she actually had her.
She actually had an interview. When did she have an interview?
In June of.
So the biometrics were not taken in June. The interview was in June.
Exactly. Yeah, the biometrics was taken before, like May, and then the interview was like in June.
And now it's 6 months later, and you haven't heard anything.
No, we call in and we go online on the USCIS.
Where was this done? In Philadelphia?
In Miami. Actually.
Oh, in Miami.
All right. She has moved to Philadelphia.
All right. So let me tell you a couple things. Okay. Number one, when you call into USCIS, you're not really calling into speaking to anybody with authority. Okay? All right, so when you call the customer service number at USCIS, you're actually not even calling USCIS. You're calling an outside contractor who answers the telephones for USCIS, and all they do is forward an inquiry to what apparently is a black hole. Okay? And apparently there's a black hole at USCIS, and when you call the customer service, they say, we will send an inquiry. And you think the inquiry is going to the officer who interviewed you, but it literally goes, you know, in what Albert Einstein once described as a black hole. Okay, and so really at this point you're going to need some help. And really, what the help is we have to write directly, because you can't speak to the person, but we write directly to the immigration officer that interviewed your mom. And then we start writing that. We figure out who is the supervisor to that immigration officer. We start writing them a letter. And then there's an old theory that goes back hundreds and hundreds of years, which is the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Just got to annoy the crap out of it. Okay? So I'm actually, I've been told by multiple people I'm very annoying. So you can come to see us and we can help you with that.
Handy, right?
What? What? It comes in handy. It comes in handy in these situations. So hold on one second, all right? All right.
All right, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call. I don't know what happened to his mom's case, but we just got to start annoying the officer, and hopefully there'll be... I once had an officer call me and said, I promise to make a decision if you stop writing to me. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Charmaine in Queens. Charmaine.
Hey, morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I am very good. How are you?
Good. I'm okay.
Just okay.
So, I have a question. First, I've been married over a year. My husband put through my papers. I got my work permit and my social.
Right.
And our case is still pending, which is my daughter and myself.
Right.
However, my mom passed away, and I filed an advance parole.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And they approved both of them.
Okay.
My question is, would I have a problem getting back into the country even though I have this document?
As long as your case is pending, you would have no problem.
Okay.
All right. So my condolences to you, and go do what you need to do.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome. All right.
Have a good day.
You too. All right. That's why she's not so good. I understand. 1-800-529-5465. What I'd like to ask everybody to do right now, okay, we have over 150 people watching us right now. What I'd like all 150 of you to do me a favor, please. Just do it for me. Do it for me, please. Is press the button at the bottom right corner. It's a little arrow, and share this with everybody on your timeline. People who you think would enjoy the show, people who you think need information. Please share this with your friends and family right now, please. Do us this favor. Do me this favor. Share. Sharing, remember, is caring, and this is the sharing is caring time of year. All right, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Teresa in Jamaica, Queens. Teresa.
Yes, hello?
How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Good
Thank
morning.
you for taking my call.
My pleasure.
Brad, if I am on public assistance and I'm dating a person who's an immigrant, would they allow us to be married and me sponsor them?
What public assistance are you on? It depends. If it's
I receive a cash allowance and food stamps and rent allowance.
All right, so then the answer is no, because you're on what's called, you can get married. Nobody's preventing you from getting married, but you get what's called need-based assistance from the government. Need-based is from because you can't support yourself, not because you're not, and as a result. The government says you can't support yourself. The government has to support you. We're not going to allow you to bring another person in who also can't support themselves.
So then I would have to be working?
You would have to be off of welfare, as the term is known. You don't necessarily have to be working, but you certainly have to be off government need-based assistance, and then you can get an affidavit of support from a second person.
I could get an affidavit. I'm sorry.
An affidavit of support from a second person.
Oh, affidavit of support from a second person.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I see. All right. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And
Thank you.
All right, and good luck. And by the way, everybody, in about 45 seconds or a minute or so, we're going to go to our social media queen, Kim Moore, who is collecting all of our social media questions. So if you have an immigration question and you're shy like I am, I always make that joke because I'm not really shy. But if you're shy like I am and you don't like to get on camera and you don't like to talk, and you don't want people to know your situation, then leave your question right now on our Facebook page at The Brad and Squeeze Show, and I'm going to be answered in rapid fire, or maybe slow fire, depends on how our rapid fire round goes. I'll be answering all your questions in about 45 seconds. The telephone number to call right now, we're going to... Anastasio back from Miami, Florida, has more questions? Oh my goodness, I thought I spent plenty of time. Let's go back to Anastasio, 1 second. All right, let's stop. Go back to Anastasio, he's got more questions. Anastasio from Haiti has more questions from Miami. What's up?
Yes, so I understand earlier you said I have to wait
90 days.
90 days.
Right.
Okay, so what about, if I go back to Haiti and get my wife come to Haiti and marry me in Haiti?
That's fine, but then you're going to wait in Haiti for a year and change to come back with a green card. You're not going to travel with a visitor's visa to the United States with a pending green card application.
Oh, so she's going to have to come back to the U.S. and file for me and wait in Haiti for the decision?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is your best bet, okay? This is your best bet. You've been here a month. Stay here 60 more days. Get married. File an adjustment. Get advanced parole. Travel back and forth. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. You're very welcome. All right. All right. And by the way, Anastasio, in about another 10 minutes, we'll be calling back with his third question. But right now, we're going to go to our social media queen, Kim Moore. Kim? Hello!
Brad.
Kim?
Hello.
Kim?
Brad.
Kim? It's like a horror movie. Kim, is that you? Kim. All right. Let's go. All right. What do you got for me? Ooh, split screen. Very good. John in the control room. I thought we were gonna go to 3 boxes and have invisible squeeze. Very good, John. Very good. All right, what's up?
Okay, so Deborah would like to know, totally hypothetical question.
Yes.
If I file for my sister in Jamaica and she's able to get a visitor's visa to come visit me, she meets the man of her dreams and gets engaged, and then a couple of years later they get married. Is the fact that I filed for her and that's going to take 8 years going to block him from filing for her?
No. One of the things you got to know is that you can have multiple cases going for your green card at the same time, whichever one comes in first. Perfectly fine. So what I tell... it's now invisible Kim. What I tell people all the time is that, there you're back again. Very good. All right. So what I tell people all the time, by the way, Kim, is that, like if you have you're a U.S. citizen and you have a brother or sister who can file for you and you say, I don't want to wait that, Kim is gone again. And you don't want to wait that long. Oh, nope, you're back again now. And you don't want to wait that long. Too bad. File. And if you find a faster way, then do it. The slowest way is to do nothing. So the fact that she filed for her sister 8 years ago on a hypothetical basis, and now the sister's going to get married, great. She'll get a green card faster through the husband. What else you got?
Great. Casmita would like to know, if you don't have a social security card, can you get your driver's license some other way?
I believe there are still 2 states, but I could be in error, and probably the Brad Squad and Team Squeeze would know more than me about driver's licenses. But I believe if you're a resident of the state of Washington or New Mexico, you can still, if you're a resident, and you can still gain enough points without a social security number, but only in those 2 states. But I could be in error. I'm not a driver's license expert. But probably the Brad Squad and Team Squeeze would probably know more than me. By the way, why am I so much taller than you? In real life, this is not the case. In real life, you're my height.
Statuesque.
I am statuesque. In real life, you're my height.
look up to you.
Yeah, okay. Should I lower myself, or what should we do? Because this looks odd to me.
I can pop myself up.
No. I'll lower myself, and then I'll raise it during the Braducation segment right after this.
Oh, thank you. That's very chivalrous of you, Brad.
Very good. All right, what else you got?
Anita would like to know, how long is it going to take to get a call or a letter to do an interview for the citizenship after the fingerprints?
About 9 months.
Okay. And he's got to visit her friend, I'm assuming, her boyfriend has a visitor's visa. Should we marry in the U.S.? How do we go about it? How
do you go about getting married?
Getting married if you're on a visitor's visa.
You wait 90 days. You go to your local city hall, you buy a license. You then either go to your priest, your pastor, your imam, your rabbi, your cantor, your shaman. Your shaman.
A shaman?
I don't know what a shaman is. What is a shaman? Whatever it is, you're a religious figure who will marry you, or you can go down to the city hall clerk who will marry you, and hopefully you get a nice big diamond ring in the process, and if you don't, so be it. And you get married, and then your spouse files for you. If he's a permanent resident, he'll still file the I-130 visa petition for you, and once he becomes a citizen, then we'll do the adjustment.
Okay.
By the way, please share. Not enough people are sharing.
Now, I need to ask you this question about the shares.
Let me tell you, what is the question about the shares?
Now, if we beat our record today, since Squeeze isn't here, do I get lunch?
Maybe you will. By the way, please share right now. Take out your finger. Take out this thing here. You see this thing? It's a mouse. Okay?
Yes.
You go to the little circle, the little half circle. Share it with your friends and family right now. 1-8 and tell them to watch the Brad Sons Squeeze show. Squeeze will be back at 12. By the way, I just got a text message from him. He's on floor 38, still walking down. He stopped. He stopped at his neighbor's for some water. All right. What else do we got? Yeah. What else we got? What else we got?
Ani Booty would like to know. Can a person who has a felony on their record file for their spouse? Is that going to be a problem?
Can a person with a felony file, as long as it's not a felony for child molestation or sexual abuse? The answer is yes.
Okay.
All right. So as long as basically Roy Moore can become a senator, but he can't file for anybody in another country. That's how sick of a world it is today. All right. What else?
Suyan would like to know, how long after your spouse gets his citizenship can you put in your paperwork?
The next day.
Gweldy has a really interesting question today. If a judge tells a lawyer that ICE is going to be waiting to arrest their clients at the courthouse if they show up, apparently this is something that happened in a New York courthouse this Tuesday. What should the lawyer advise their client to do?
Oh my God, you're asking me legal ethics questions.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Weldy, I was like typing back and forth.
Those are legal ethics questions. You can never tell somebody to run. Okay, running is not a legal solution. Running is running. Okay,
it's an illegal solution.
I don't know if it's an illegal solution, but it's certainly not helping. You're running away never helped anybody unless you're getting shot. Okay, someone pulls out a gun and then obviously you want to run. Short of that, running away really doesn't really help. So I think the first step would be, before you say, okay, ICE is waiting for you, let's figure out why ICE is waiting for you, and let's figure out what a solution may look like if ICE is waiting for you in terms of immigration. Are they waiting for you because you've been ordered deported? Are they waiting for you because they want to put you in deportation? Are they waiting for you because you've been convicted of a very serious crime? Are they waiting for you for some other reason we don't know? And then once we figure that one out, what do we do to resolve it? So let's take a step forward. Okay, ICE, you go to the courthouse, ICE arrests you. What do we do? How does this play out? Let's think it through first before you go on the run. And by the way, my advice to everybody out there is you don't run, you fight.
Absolutely. With a very good lawyer by your side.
Correct.
Like the attorneys at Spar Bernstein.
Thank you for that commercial. Let's continue.
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
Gaynell would like to know if you did your biometrics on October 13th of this year, when can I expect my work permit?
About 60 days after, so probably mid-December, mid to end of December. Let's go quickly because we're running out of time. We're gonna run out of time here.
Arthur would like to know, what if you've been here since you were 17 years old and your mom was already a citizen? I've been here over 30 years now. Do I have to start my citizenship from scratch?
It depends if you had a green card before you were 18 and if your mom was married to your father, if your father's alive. There's a lot more depending on it because you fall under the old citizenship laws. We need to know more information.
Shine would like to know, my spouse did a biometric in May of this year for removal of the conditions on the green card. Over the weekend, we received a mail requesting more documents. It says that we have until January 27th to submit those. After we submit those, how long are we going to have to wait for an interview?
After you submit them, you're at the end of the line. So if because you got a request for more documentation, your case is not moving until you submit the required documents. And then you're at the end of the line, you start moving forward, so probably 7-8 months from the time you submit your documents. But Kim, let's hold the rest of your questions to the end of the show. I want to get to our Braducation segment. We have some calls on the line. We have USA Credit Repair. We have Jenny Kim and Adib Anwar about his DACA case via Skype. So we want to talk all about that as well. Let's go right now to Marlon in Long Island. Marlon, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay. Good morning to you and the team, Mr. Bernstein.
I look very short now. Okay, because I lowered. 1 second. Oh gosh.
Okay.
All right, now we're ready. Now I look much taller. Thank you very much. Okay, what's going on, Marlon?
Okay, all right. I have a question. Can a 2-year condition green card holder file for a child?
Can a 2-year conditional green? Yes, they can.
As long as the child. How long would it take?
It depends. How old is the child?
15.
About 1.5 years.
1.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, thanks. Could I speak to someone on your team out there?
Yes, hold on 1 second. All right, let's go to Pauline in Miami, Florida. Pauline.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Good morning to you and the team. I'm good, thanks.
Thank you.
I heard your response to the caller from Haiti, and I want to put my situation to you. I am a legal permanent resident since 2016. My spouse lives in Jamaica. He was on vacation here in June, and we got married. Did we do something wrong?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No. Now, where is he? He's back home? You can file for him.
Yes, man. He's back home in Jamaica.
What happens now is when you file for him, he runs into a problem when he comes into the airport to visit you because they can always question what his intention is. Is he coming to live here permanently? Because he's already shown an intention to live permanently by you filing for him. So my advice to everybody in these situations is once you file the I-130, stay put. Because you got to think long term, especially in the days of Donald Trump now. Okay? The days of Donald Trump, they are looking at everything.
So when I put in the I-130, he should not travel to the States then?
I would suggest no. Let him wait it out for the 1.5 years.
Oh, okay.
All right? Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Oh. All right. 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to our Braducation segment. We're going to come back and visit with Jenny Kim and Adib Anwar and find out all about his DACA experience.
What's a provisional waiver?
A provisional waiver is a waiver to waive the 10-year bar if you leave the United States to obtain an immigrant visa in another country. In 1996, Congress changed the law that said that if you are applying for a green card in another country and you lived in the United States illegally for more than 1 year, you have a 10-year bar to re-entering. It prevented most people who overstayed on their visas, who were entered without inspection, from returning home to pick up their green cards because nobody wanted to stay home for 10 years before they were able to come back with their green card. The provisional waiver gives a waiver to that law prior to you leaving the United States. So as long as you get that provisional waiver, you can go back to your home country, and if otherwise eligible, obtain your green card and then return to the United States within a matter of weeks. Love the Brad Squad. They're like, yeah, over 200. You go. Love it. 1-800-529-5465. I'm just watching the comments as they come along. Somewhere out in Skype land is Jenny Kim and Adib Anwar. Jenny is one of our fabulous immigration attorneys. There's Jenny. Hello. Hi,
Brad.
And Adib, how are you as well? Adib is one of our Spar. Good morning. One of our Spar and Bernstein clients. We finished his case. He got DACA. And Jenny is here to talk about the DACA experience with Adib, what he went through, how it worked out here at Spar and Bernstein, and what his concerns and fears are moving forward. Is that correct, Jenny?
That's correct. How are you guys?
All right. So, Jenny, what did you do to help Adib? And Adib, and then maybe Adib wants to tell us his story about how he came here as a child, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, we were able to go ahead and prepare and file application for DACA on behalf of Adib with Immigration Service. And, we filed the initial DACA application as well as several extensions. And he does have DACA and a work authorization through DACA up until 2019.
So, Adib, where did you originally come from? What country? And how long have you been in the United States of America?
I came from Bangladesh. I've been in the United States for 18 years now.
Okay. So how old were you when you came?
When I came, I was about 10 years old.
So you went to elementary school here?
I did. I went to elementary. I went to junior high. I went to high school. I even graduated with in college degree with an architecture.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
And how did you end up in the United States as a 10-year-old?
Well, what happened was we did come in, but I don't remember the detail exactly, but I believe we overstayed our visas, and afterward, I do not recall any other detail. It's just I was told
he was 10.
That I was.
He was 10 years old. Yeah, basically, this is your country. This is your country.
It is, actually.
Yeah. So now Donald Trump has said, Jenny, that this program is over unless Congress makes a decision to actually make it a law. This program was started as an executive action by President Obama. Donald Trump says in this particular case, President Obama overextended his authority. He does not want to overextend authority, whether you agree or not. We have big issues in terms of hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million children who came here as children, just like Adib, as a 10-year-old, doesn't even know how he came to America, is now a professional, is living in America, is as American as I am and as Jenny, maybe even, he's been living here longer and contributing more to America than many naturalized U.S. citizens. Yet, it's very possible at 2019, that's the end of DACA, Adib's going to become illegal. What happens to him?
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen, Brad. Like you said, everything that he's worked so hard for since he came to the U.S., graduating from college, getting a good job. Adib, what do you do for a living? Tell us.
I am a project manager for a Meco Shade. It's a shading company.
Okay. So, a great job. And all that is going to be going down the drain unless we can find another alternative for Adib.
So, Adib, I understand you have a girlfriend, but you don't want to get married to her. Is that correct?
Well, that is correct, yes. We did talk about this issue, getting married and solving the solution. But I feel like, I worked so hard I just don't want the easy way out.
Well,
I wanted to prove that, I've been here for a long time. I've provided to the society, to this community, and Brooklyn is home, and United States is the only home that I know.
Well, how does it make...
So,
go ahead.
And the idea is we actually, originally when I did tell her, she was a little shocked because, for us, we live in a different kind of way. We actually we have like two different identity, the way we see it. For outside individual, we portray as, American, but on the inside, we don't even, for example, before social, we didn't even have an identity. So we're American, but without identity, basically.
Right. So because you didn't come here with any legal status, you kind of just Somebody brought you here as a 10-year-old, and quite frankly, as a 10-year-old, you have no choice to come here. And that's the issue with all the DACA recipients. It wasn't their choice. They didn't make an intentional choice to come to America. They didn't wake up one morning as a 10-year-old and say, you know what, I'm going to travel from Bangladesh to America. Somebody told them to do it. Somebody brought them here, okay? Because as a 10-year-old, you don't have control over your own situation. And now he finds himself here living in the only country that he knows, that he has educated himself. He's contributing to America. Yes, it sounds like push comes to shove, assuming he stays with his girlfriend, they could always get married. And maybe one day you will marry her, but he wants to marry her in the right time frame in his own head. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So where are your parents? What are they trying to do? And your brother, I understand you have a brother as well.
Yes, I do have a brother. Unfortunately, the deadline has, he could not reapply because it says after March, I believe, you are not able to
October 5th.
apply.
October 5th.
October 5th, right. Yes. Yes, his one was afterward. So he missed the deadline, and him, and I believe there's a lot of amount of people that actually was denied.
Yes.
So his one would be denied. His work permit would be canceled by next year around November.
So it's not only you, it's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, if not over a million people are going to have this problem. Jenny, what can you say to people out there? And Adib, how can you tell people in your situation, because you're coming on our show to tell your story, I guess to show what you're going through and to ask for solidarity with you, and also to give people some positive vibes, and that people in your situation shouldn't be thrown out of the country. What do you have to say about all of this, Jenny, Adib?
Well, I would have to say to everybody that's a DACA recipient and is in a situation that cannot go ahead and extend their DACA, keep strong, keep doing everything that you've been doing to get where you are. And also come see us, to talk about your situation, because there might be alternative routes for these individuals that might not have, been available previously, or circumstances change as well. So it's always a good idea to come talk to an immigration attorney, so that we can evaluate your situation and see if there's anything that can be done for you.
There is always job sponsorship. There's always strange things that when people say, I have to get married and that's my only choice. There's so many other ways to get a green card, but they're so specific to everybody's specific factual circumstances that you would need to meet with us to figure it out. Adib, what do you have to say about all this? How are you staying positive? How do you wake up every morning and not freak out?
Well, I was living in that moment before DACA, so I found out that I was undocumented actually in my junior high school year.
So you thought you were legal here this whole, basically for the 6-7 years of you being here.
I did.
Right.
I was just a kid in elementary school, living the American dream, and then going up in the world, and then all of a sudden, actually, my best friend, believe it or not, he found out. He included me. He's like, "Hey, listen, I heard this conversation. You guys don't have anything." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I confronted my dad afterward, and he's like, "Yeah, that's true. You do not."
Oh, wow.
So living in that fear. Living in that fear from junior high till even college was just, it's just different. So you had to portray to people that, everything is okay, but inside you're like always thinking of what's going on.
Right, and then DACA came, and then you had a relief, but now all of a sudden those feelings, I assume, are coming back.
Well, yeah, when DACA actually originally, I believe in 2013. When it was initiated, I was like super excited. So after even graduation, the hardship that we face as a DACA, as a dreamer, I graduated. When I went to college, I had to there was no aid from the government or anything. So for all of us dreamers, we end up paying for our tuition. So we worked hard just to pay for school. After graduation, you will go to a company and they'll be like, okay, provide me with your social. Well, you don't have any? Well, too bad. You know what? You will just have to work some, under the table job. So after graduation, I did end up doing that. Even that was below minimum wage. We did work because, we couldn't prove anything. We didn't have any social anything. After the DACA came, it was actually a relief. So social, I have a college degree, I have a social, I have a way out.
And you wanted to work, you wanted to pay taxes, they just didn't allow you.
I did.
It's amazing how all the anti-immigrant people say, oh, they're not paying taxes. It would have been your pleasure to pay taxes. They wouldn't give you a social security number, I assume.
Well, Brett, I think what it comes down to is for Adib is a perfect example of someone that did everything right. He was given this unfortunate circumstance where he was brought to the U.S. and, he became undocumented, and he didn't find out about this until it was, time to go to college probably, right? Which happens to a majority of the individuals. And even then, after he found out, he still did everything right, went to college and, wanted to get a job. He's a great example of what, someone that is a professional individual here in the States should strive to be.
Well, I think, Adib, you're doing a wonderful job on coming on our show, telling your story, and also giving people an idea that immigrants are not bad people. You work harder than the person who was born here to get where you are today. I congratulate you. I'll tell you this, a little bit of good news, if you believe, I don't know if it's fake news or not, but I did read in the newspaper yesterday that the Republicans they're making a big push behind the scenes to pass some sort of DACA legislation before Christmas. So we have our fingers crossed.
Yes, I read that as well.
So we have our fingers crossed on that. Adib, thank you very much for coming here. Thank you very much for telling your story. Jenny, great job as always. Jenny's one of our fantastic immigration lawyers here. Adib, we will figure it out for you. I promise you. We're going to figure it out for you, okay? And thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. All right, that's Jenny Kim from Spar and Bernstein. Adib Anwar, a DACA recipient, telling his story and what he lived through here to get to this point in time. We do have some people on hold. I want to try to get to their immigration questions right now. Let's go to Sandra in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Sandra.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Just asking a question. Traveling on the H-2B visa to America, right? Mm-hmm. And an employee at where I work want to sponsor us to stay in the United States. How do I go about it? Or how
what
we
is
go
the job?
about it?
What is the job?
It's housekeeping, waiter,
Okay.
waiter.
All right.
Waitress.
So this is the deal. Okay, you came here on an H-2B visa, which is supposed to be a temporary seasonal worker. Now all of a sudden the job turned from seasonal to a permanent 12 months a year. That's one issue. Number two, they got to prove that you're not taking a job away from an American worker. I could almost assure you there are no housekeepers looking for jobs. Okay, period. Okay, they're very hard to find. There's a shortage of them. They can definitely sponsor you, but it's not going to be for you to stay. It would be for you to go home. You would wait about 14, 15 months and come back with your green card to go work for your particular employer. But it's not going to be something that you're going to be able to do here in the United States.
Oh, so we have to come back home to Jamaica first.
Right. And then they sponsor you in Jamaica. You wait about 14, 15 months and you come up with your green card.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. All right. Let's go to Jason in Jamaica, Queens. Jason.
Hi, Brad.
How are you, Jason?
I'm good. I'm calling regarding I do my citizen test, and I have a restraining order against me. I didn't know that was.
Yeah, you can't get citizenship if you have a restraining order against you, because by definition, you're not going to be able, under law, you're not going to be able to prove good moral character. You need to get that restraining order lifted before you even try citizenship. Hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on, because you're not going to become a citizen with that pending. Hold on. All right, and maybe if it's in the New York area, we could ask one of our criminal defense attorneys to make a motion to a judge to have that restraining order lifted, as long as we can show that whatever the reasons were are no longer really in effect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it, the Brad Squeeze Show. USA Credit, I'm going to get killed. It was brought to you by USA Credit Repair. USA Credit Repair If your credit is below 700, you need to call USA Credit Repair right now at 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair is our proud partner here at the Brad and Squeeze Show. Call them right now. If your credit is below 700, you call them, they give you free credit repair for 30 days. They give you a money-back guarantee within 90 days. Call them right now at 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair, free credit repair for the first 30 days. 1-800-872-7177. 90-day money-back guarantee. If your credit is not up in 90 days and you follow their protocol, money back. You got nothing to lose if your credit is below 700. Call them right now, 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177 for USA Credit Repair. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-USA-7177. 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair. Free credit repair, 30 days. Money back guarantee after 90. We are out of here.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.